Hello, well today I'm putting awl blades into awl handles, and of course awls can come in all sorts of forms, and here I've got a few. I've got diamond ones, I've got curved ones, I've got panel awls and more diamond ones. But today I'm just going to be doing this with the ordinary round piercing awls for going through thick leather, and I've got quite a few to do, so they're from my courses actually, and I'll show you how I do it. I'm going to use the 2 penny technique. Yeah. From the days when pennies were actually proper copper, they're no longer of course proper copper, and they're a lot smaller, and I haven't got any tuppenny peas, but I think the pennies will do it. You'll see what I mean. So I've got my copper pennies. I've got my larger awl blade here, and I'm going to put it into the vice jaws and tighten up the vice. Just trying to make sure that is as upright as possible. I think I do have a tri-square. Yeah, here's a tri-square. I can just double check whether that is correctly lined up. Yeah, that's nice. Should be fine that way. It looks it. So tighten up. Now the idea of the pennies is they're softer, so they don't damage the shaft of your awl. If you went straight into the vice without the copper pennies, then you might actually sort of damage and mark and chip the shaft of the awl. Then the awl itself, the handle, haft, is pre-drilled, so they come with little holes in them, and the idea is you can centre it, get it roughly into position. If you give it a little turn, it's a bit like a lathe. It sort of helps to get that as upright as you can. And again, you can check your angles if you want to, and then gently tap it with the mallet. I think that's going in quite well. If you give it a little rotation before it goes too far, you can just confirm. Right, no more rotating now, because the teeth in the end of the haft are going to, sorry, in the end of the blade are going to start biting. So tap it down. You can tap it in a ferrule way. That's about right. And that's nicely secured in. Undo your vice. This is like a 4-inch mechanics vice. There you are. Not too bad. Some of them get straighter, I think, than others, but there it is, all ready to set to work. The shaft hasn't been chipped by those pennies. I probably will actually, when I say it's ready for work, I probably will give it a final strop when I've done some more. So I've got a few more to put blades on. I've also got some wasted awl hafts. These are ones which are slightly drawn in, and I've got smaller blades for these ones. So again, blade mounted between the pennies, checking it's a right angle, all good there, and I will tap it on. Now these ones, they actually came as beech in colour, but I've used a bit of tan leather dye to actually make them darker. And I've got a little bit of button polish here. I'm just, while it's standing up in the vice, this is very quick drying, this yeah, button polish, that one. It's like a refined French polish. I'm just going to polish up that handle a bit. I've not got very much of this left, but I think I've got enough to just give a bit of protection for these. I've got 4 of these to do. You're probably thinking, oh, I've got an awful lot of awls. And as I say, it's for the courses. I have 6 people on a course. That's a maximum. Right, just pop my name on them. So I've got a little name stamp here. Got this many years ago. I believe Prior of Sheffield still do them. Not 100% certain on that, but that's where I got mine from. It's a personalised stamp. one good thump and you can get your name on there. This is quite nice. Hopefully just see that. Okay, the final step is just to give them all a little bit of a sharpen. So I'm just going to run up and down my strop and polish these shafts and shiny and get rid of any little tiny ridges. I'm just rotating it as I'm going up and down, so I'm sort of rotating it in my hand. And hopefully, yeah, that's getting nice and sharp, which is what I want. It's surprising how they can get little nicks in the shafts without you realising it. And you just want it to be so that it is all clear in the direction of push. So I'll just finish off with several wipes towards myself, because that's the sort of direction that the awl will be going in when you stick it in. I think it should be enough. Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty nice. So, just a few more of those to do. It's good, the pennies, using even the modern coinage, which is probably not such pure copper, it really does protect your blade, because if I hadn't used the pennies, then these blades would definitely have ridges in. The coins were left with tiny ridges, so it does just prove, if you like, that the blades really do work. There you are, all my awls are now made up and ready for action, which is good. You can, if you want to, some suppliers will actually do that little process for you and not charge all that much for doing it either. But I think it's quite nice to do it myself and to learn as you go along and feel also you've got sort of complete ownership of that tool. You've sort of helped make it. Anyway, thanks so much for watching and happy sewing. Bye then.